Okay, I have the guns. I will continue working in the, for example, I will create the other shape we have here. For example, the big surface I find here. I will just create a big object as a reference. Right now I will going to create, for example, all the body shape. So I will hide this one and maybe look in this particular one. Now you can see the shape of this main object is a curved shape you see here. So I will going to create again, I will going to work with a rectangle. The rectangle is a very good tool because the round corners it have is allow you a lot of adjustments, something like that. So this, for example, is more or less what it looks comparing this shape. It's look more or less something like this. I will take a look if there is a reference image more that show the vehicle from directly from the front view. So I will going to load this particular image. I can create, for example, another plane. I can create it in any particular position. I will load. I will going to create a material, scanline material. I will load a bitmap, and I will select this particular image I show before. This one, maybe take a look if there is someone maybe looking better. And I think this is the right one. Enable how it looks and apply to the object. So right now I have it. Again, I have to apply a UV modifier that will going to adjust exactly the proportion of the image. Okay, so this is it. Now you can see here, this is exactly what I need. So what I'm going to do, I will going to rotate this particular 90 degrees. It's a front view I have here. Like I said, this is not a viewport, sorry, a blueprint, so the scale is not accurate, but maybe we can try to see if things are a little bit relative. For example, I can see the wheels, like you can see the wheels you have here in the top view, in the side view, maybe should be more or less the same size at the wheels I have in this other view. So I will going to scale a little bit to have more or less the same size of the wheel. They will going to not guarantee a perfect match, but increase the precision I have right now. So now you can see here, this could be the right size. You can see here is more or less the size I needed. Like you can see here, this is all the body height, and in both images is quite the same. So I will move to the front view. Let me see if this is a left view, sorry. And again, I will, to keep this particular object, I will going to rotate 90 degrees and go back to the left view, and I will going to put into the 0. Right now is in the 0, and I will move forward again, and this is more or less what I'm looking for. I will place the image to be something like this, and okay, this is it. I can adjust now the width of the vehicle and the corner radius. Like you can see, it was more or less what I have before. Okay, so this will going to be my main guide for the shape of the object. I will going to add the extrusion modifier on it. I will place it. I will increase the amount. So in a side view, all these, you can see here, all this shape start from the cockpit, from the cabin here, and then go to the end of this part. So it's more or less starting from here to here, like you can see here, this is the end. It's not precise as I told you before, but this is something that will going to be helpful in my case. Okay, so right now this is what I have. This is the, I will going to move right now into those particular objects. Let me see. I will place all these in the middle. For example, this object I will move to the middle, to the center of the scene. This will move a little bit far. I want to keep this in the center here, because it will going to be the middle, exactly the middle of the vehicle, and the vehicle will going to be symmetrical. So like you can see here, this is what I have right now. I continue working with another shapes. I can even hide this in the meantime, and I continue working with this particular shape. Like you can see here, this particular shape, I will take a look if there's another more information. For example, this one, let's get closer. Like you can see the shape, how it looks. Okay, so in the left view, let me go to the front view right now, and I will going to draw a line. I will going to use lines for almost all these particular project. I can start doing rectangles. This is something I really like, to keep the things as, more precise and more simple to work, and then I convert to editable spline and then just adjust the vertex. So I can move this vertex down and adjust the curve. This is it. This is exactly what I need. Then I will going to apply an extrusion modifier, and back again I will turn on all the hidden object. This is something I need. For example, this one I have hidden here. I can turn it on to see exactly how it will going to look, and like you can see here, let me move this back to avoid any confusion here. So this object should start here from this corner, so I will move this to the corner, and then I will reduce the amount, the scale. Like you can see, this is just something, an adjustment I made proportionally, but I can use this particular image as guide. Like you can see here, this is more or less the width in the reference image. This image have a perspective, so this is not an orthographic photograph, so you have to take a look that the only parts of this image that will going to be useful as reference maybe are the parts that are in the first place or in the first plane of the picture. The other parts, for example the wheels and things like that, are far away from the camera and they have distorted, so I am using only the things that are in the front of the plane. So this is what I have right now. This is more or less what I have. Let's take a look. Then we will find this particular shape. We will going to use a top view. Let's take a look if I have a top view that show me this particular object. I will going to create again a plane. Remember, these planes are not blueprints. In case you can find or you can take picture from the real product, it will going to improve all this particular workflow. But in my case, I didn't have the real product, so I have to work with the content I found on the internet. Okay, so this is a standard material I will going to apply. Then I will going to load a diffuse. And I remember that I found a top view. It was not a good one, but I think it shows more or less all the things I need. I think this is one of those. Let me see if there are another top view. I think this was the only one I was able to find from a top view. Okay, no, this is it. Okay, so let's select this one, enable to be preview in the in the viewport. I have disabled this one, so okay. So this is it. Now right now again I have to use the UV modifier, bitmap fit, and I have to select exactly the same image as before. Okay, where is it? Okay, this is it. Okay, right now I have it. Now I can adjust the width of my plane, and then it's a matter of scale the things right now. Again, to scale this particular image is quite difficult, but I think I can, I don't know, I can try to match, for example, the distance of the wheels, or the distance of the cockpit, and things like that. So I will going to start scaling until I find a proportion. Let me move this a little bit here, and like you can see here, right now I have a match, for example, I will move this a little bit more. As you can see here, the cockpit is, no, the image is quite bigger. I have to decrease all the thing. That you can see here, I'm guiding right now for this particular object, and when the cockpit start, and when the cockpit do this particular change in the shape. Okay, so right now, like you can see, it's almost close enough. I mean, I can adjust this a little bit better, but right now these pieces are matching together, so this will give me more confidence about the scale that is working good enough. The wheels are not placed in the same position, so that this vehicle have 3 different wheel positions. So in top, the image is using the standard position, and this is using the different orientation. So that's why I'm not using the wheels as a reference. But right now I think the top view is working. Okay, so what I need to do right now is I will going to move this particular image to the center. In fact, if you can verify right now, this object is quite close to my reference. Maybe it's a little bit wider. I will decrease, because I think this particular image is good enough to have as reference. So I will decrease a little bit to match. This particular one is the closer image I have to a blueprint. This one is. So right now I think this will going to be a good reference. Okay, so I can align this. Okay, so the part I will going to make, like you can see here, I can even adjust right now the position. This was a very good reference. Oops, sorry for that, I didn't select the complete parts. I will move this here and this here too. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I will going to create this particular shape. As before, I will going to start using a rectangle. This is one of my workflows. I will going to start creating a rectangle. I will position it a little bit better, I think. Then I will going to convert this to editable, to editable editable spline, and then adjusting just the segments or the vertex, I will going to modify this thing. I will add a refine. I will add a vertex here, a vertex here, and then this particular vertex I will going to convert to corner. All those vertices I will going to convert to corner, and I am able to do and make this particular adjustment. Remember that I have a restriction into the X axis right now. If I want to disable the restriction, I have to press Alt V, and this will allow me a full movement into the snap. But right now what I need is a restriction. So I move in right now the vertex to the right position. This is it, more or less what I need. I will going to disable the snap and then start creating the curve. As you can see, this is what I need. Maybe I can convert this vertex to a Bezier corner and adjust this a little bit more. Okay, this is what I want. Now I go to the side view. It's a shame that I don't have a better side view, but let's wait until we find a better reference. But this one I think will going to work in the meantime. Okay, so I will think, if I verify this particular image, this one, this shape, for example, if I draw a line completely horizontal here, I think this is not too far away. I mean, it's not extremely high. The difference is not extremely high. So right now what I have is maybe a little bit more different, a little bit. So I will going to first I will going to move this and then add the extrude modifier, and this is what I have right now. And this object I will going to move a little bit down. I was positioning this based on this front view, but it's not a good reference, but so I will make this down a little bit. I think it's more or less, because this object I still think maybe I need to adjust these two, but let's keep the things something like this. So this is what you have here. This is exactly what I want. Okay, so right now I will going to create these spikes, or these pieces you find there. I will going to create them using this top view. Is a very nice view. This is the best view I have for this particular project. I will use the snap. I am creating a box. I will going to hide this particular object to allow me more visibility. And what I will going to use with this particular box is I just going to convert to editable poly and move this vertex to the corner, something like this. Okay, then I will going to copy. I will going to clone as copy assistance, because they are exactly the same 3 times, and this is it. I will move the vertex, because all of them are instance, everyone will going to adjust the vertex too. So this is what I have. I think it's working right now for me. I will move, maybe I will scale down a little bit. Okay, this is what I have right now. If I take a look to the image, these two objects, this is something that is confusing me a little bit. I think these two objects are aligned, or should be aligned, but in this particular image, yeah, they look aligned. Yeah, it's the perspective that is affecting the way I look in the image. So if those objects are aligned, I need to move this down. Okay, I will going to unhide this, and you can see here the spikes, or this triangle or pyramid, I don't know how to call it, are more or less quite at the same height of this particular shape, the body of the vehicle. So this could be the way, but I'm still not seeing this good enough. I think the spikes are quite visible right now. I will see if there is a better image that show me. I think this could be even a better version of the image for a side view. I don't know. Let me verify this, how it looks and what I have right now. So I have these pieces here, this piece, I have this one, I have this one, there is this another one. Okay, everything is okay, but the spikes are not too visible, so the thing here is that I have to move all those things up, yeah, something like this, to have a better proportion, and I will move the spikes or this object a little bit lower. Okay, because here there are a small difference in height. Okay, that's it. This looks better for me. Okay, we're going to save my scene, and let's wait until I save to continue.